Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun 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 dun.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop. This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, huh?
Woo!
Does it feel like a Friday?
It kind of does. It kind of does to me. What about you all?
I see the days of the week as colors, so it's a very silver Friday for me.
I always forget that Tori sees names, letters, numbers,
With colors.
everything.
It's a great day. Silver.
I love
Feels
that.
good.
Is that every Friday?
Every single Friday.
What's Saturday?
Saturday is a lime green. Always has been.
What's Sunday? Feels
Sunday's
like a
a
yellow.
light pink. Light pink.
You should do what's Jeff's name?
You are actually big sticks of silver because you've got a J, which is a dark blue, and then F, which is gray. So you look like a star across the night sky.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time I've been called big stick.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday, and no one has ever called me that. Okay, so let's get to it. Jane Fonda says sex.
Friday.
I'm still on the big stick thing. All right. Anyways, Jane Fonda says sex gets better for women as they get older. She told Andy Cohen that as women age, they lose their fear of telling their partner exactly what they want. Let's watch. Get me off camera.
We waste way too much time not wanting to say, wait a minute, hold it. No. Slow down and a little to the left. You know, we don't. We don't want to do that. Oh my God, it might have, but when we get older, it's like, no, I know what I want. Give me what I want.
All right, ladies.
I think she's right.
I think she's totally right.
A little to the left?
Well, yeah, because to be honest, you men are visual, right? And everything kind of turns you on in a way. And for women, it takes a moment, a second to just get into the right space, at least for me. I'll speak for me. So it's never like, yeah! It's more like, hey.
Steph?
Well,
Hey. I don't have the hey moment, but I definitely think as I've gotten older, I've definitely become more confident, and it's more being able to say literally, oh, like maybe I don't like that, or this way, or whatever. And like I think as you get older, you feel more confident to express that, and more confident in yourself, and also saying to the people, hey, she's right. This is what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think advocating for yourself is a big deal, and it's hard to do it just in general. Like sometimes, like when you're just in like a public setting and something's happening where you could just say, "Hey, I don't really like you're standing too close" or something. Even that's weird. When you start talking about sex and somebody that you plan to probably see again, you don't want to offend them, hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
And also, you don't want to be judged by them to be like, how many times have you done this where you know? And obviously that's ridiculous, outdated thinking, but that's how a lot of people, especially folks my age, think about sex, because no one says anything. It's just this weird thing no one talks about, and then all of a sudden you're shoved off to college and just expected to learn. And I think hopefully now this generation is coming up like advocating, like, hey, I don't like that. Don't touch me there, or touch me there twice.
This makes me feel good. Yeah. I also have to say, I think every time I've been like a little slower into the left, the person is like very receptive.
Yes.
The partners, I think, from this generation also want to know that, want feedback. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going.
No, that's it. I just think that it's a good thing to be open.
I honestly think if you have a partner and you can express yourself and you can say what you want, they appreciate it, because let's be honest, girls, you're not doing yourselves any favors if you're laying there and pretending. You're not going to help yourself. You're not going to help them. You're just going to live a life of misery. Express yourself. Say what's working for you, because otherwise you're just going to be left to do it yourself, and then it's going to suck the rest of your life.
That speech should play right before like a house song starts. Like that was like really like inspiring, and I think a lot of people go their whole life and like I feel like we're dancing around this, but I think a lot of women unfortunately go through a lot of their life never having an orgasm. I don't even know if I can say that on television.
The percentage is actually shockingly high.
I don't think many. Kelly, you're making a face. I think a lot of women.
There's a lot of women that cannot climax through sexual intercourse. The percentage is actually so incredibly high.
Really?
It's like because I think a lot of women don't feel comfortable to express themselves and say, hey, this is what I would like, because of fear.
60% of women have never had an orgasm?
During sex intercourse. There's other stimulation that can occur that can make those people.
Are you making this up?
No, it's true. I spoke about it with some of my girlfriends,
Emily,
and I asked them, ask them because I read that statistic. I read it ages ago.
I think that's pretty accurate, bro.
It's crazy,
sad.
honestly, and that's what I mean. And I think a lot of guys, because us girls don't do them any favors, don't do ourselves any favors. I feel like you pretend or whatever, and the person thinks, "Oh yeah, I'm killing it," but really, you're like, "Please, dear God."
And it's because they don't have any feedback. So like, it's all conversation.
Yeah, you gotta.
Very
be
honest conversation on a Friday. Good job. I did not know that. Men, a little to the left.
Yeah.
All right. So Ben and Jen are spending some time in the city of love for their honeymoon. Jen was spotted kissing Ben at a restaurant in Paris with Ben's 16-year-old daughter Violet next to him. His other daughter Serafina, I like that name, was also sitting at the table. So what do we think? Honeymoon? Kids? What's up? Speaking it to the left, you don't want your kids there.
Right.
I'd probably rather not have children there, but I mean, maybe
But are they children, Steph? At 16, a 16-year-old, like you're getting them their own rule. Matter of fact, and don't lose your train of thought, my daughter went with us on a trip. I don't know, I think we were in Colorado Springs or something. And it was the first time I got her own hotel room. And at first I had just gotten us like a, suite or whatever with 2 rooms. But then as I was getting out, I looked at her face and I was like, do you want your own room? And she was like, yeah. And it was just like that moment, and she was down the hall. But,
right. She wants her own privacy.
I wonder if you do the second kind of adult honeymoon where your kids are older, if you bring them, it's more like not a couples trip because that's weird, even though they could bring their partner, but it's more like we're all adults and your mom or dad is kind of moving on to the next.
And let's be honest, though, J-Lo and Ben, they're not exactly going to be slumming it in a room with like a pull-out bed. Their place is going to be so fancy.
Yeah.
They're not exactly going to be sharing.
I agree, it's not like a cot or something, but I don't get this, only because for a honeymoon is such a good bonding moment, and I would love for Ben and Jen to have a moment away from everybody. Now, they might have preferred this, obviously they did.
But to your point, if it's a bonding moment, and what if you're making the conscious decision to make sure that the kids bond with you?
I meant in a different way of bonding.
Okay.
But here's the thing: we're thinking about it like you work 50 weeks out of the year and you get 2 weeks off. And you go on that
totally.
honeymoon.
You're right.
They're together
whenever,
all the time, and they could go wherever they want, whenever they want.
can
Right?
honeymoon
So
whenever.
we're looking at kind of like a normal people standard.
Yeah.
I think
I'll
disagree, Jeff. I think a lot of folks at the maybe a little older than they are sitting pretty okay financially. If like you're a teacher with a 401k and you're 25 years in, like you're sitting on some money. Like a lot of people that are retiring, from the police department and military at 50, like you're starting your second life, but you're still young.
But you don't have J-Lo money.
No, you don't have J-Lo money, but y'all can still kick it. Y'all ain't worried.
Yeah, but J-Lo probably hired out the whole hotel or something. She had like probably 3 floors to herself.
Yeah, I think they'll have some alone time. I'm not too worried.
I think they'll be fine.
I was going to take it back to the other thing. I'm just going to leave it alone. All right. Even rapper Drake isn't immune to being rejected by the ladies. While having lunch in Saint-Tropez, Drake noticed an attractive lady and attempted to reach out, but it didn't go as planned. He posted this photo on Instagram, writing, tried to airdrop this woman a pic of herself because she's a dime, along with the shrug and a laughing crying emoji, which seems to suggest the pic was not accepted.
Ew.
Is this a little bold?
Can I be honest? That's not bold. It's creepy.
Oh, is it?
So great.
Can I be honest? Women or men, clap if you think that's creepy. That's creepy. I don't
little
care.
studio participation.
I don't care if you're Drake. I don't care who you are. I don't want you. Don't do that. Even if it's of me, don't do that.
Yeah, if he got up like a gentleman and came over and introduced himself and said, I don't actually know, this is really embarrassing, is Drake's real name Drake? Hello, I'm Mr. Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Aubrey.
Aubrey. Hello, my name's Aubrey. I would love to introduce myself. Can I get you a drink or something? I would think that's very chivalrous and I would like it. Sending me a picture on, oh no.
Of myself?
How much does he think of himself as well? Does he think just because he's famous, she's going to be like, oh yes, take me now?
Yes, absolutely.
But I think it's disgusting.
Honestly, that's Steph, I'm more aligned with you. I didn't clap whenever I was like, is it creepy? I didn't think it was creepy. I thought it was just a super weak move.
It's super creepy.
I thought it was like when you approach your partner or somebody you want to do something either chivalrous or funny or interesting or something kind of bold. Yeah. Airdropping a picture to somebody of themselves is literally the least amount of work that you could do, and it just seems like, yeah, all right, well, let me know when you're ready. It seems very it's almost like putting your room key on their table. Yeah.
Lazy and narcissistic.
It's also lazy, but also that like you've been staring at me for this long, that you are trying to find my phone. All of that to me is invasive.
I just think he thinks he's like God's gift.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of is. is. Let's be honest. A lot of women all over the planet find him very attractive.
Many
so
women
it's not act like this would not work with
he is
hundreds of thousands of people.
But if literally that happened, right, think about it. If you're actually going to have a relationship with someone, which I'm sure he wasn't planning on doing with this woman, I'm sure he had ulterior motives. But if you're going to actually like try, you know, this would be like the biggest red flag ever. You'd be like, there's no way I want to participate with this.
And why would he post that?
I know.
Because he thinks he's that good.
Maybe he's getting ahead of it. Maybe he's getting ahead of it before somebody says, you know, guess who tried to hit on me today? How many stories have we done, Steph? How many stories have we done about somebody blowing up somebody in their DMs? And they're like, oh, this famous person.
Maybe his publicist told him to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
so
just to get ahead of the story.
Yeah, just so it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, but it was gross. It wasn't a good look for Drake overall.
Grim.
No.
60%, huh?
Closer to 70.
Wow. Coming up on DBL, Ryan Reynolds is calling on Disney movies to adjust their ratings, and your Amazon deliveries could soon change forever. We'll show you Amazon's drone testing facility.
Closed captioning provided by
DBL is all new every day.
It's a thing, dude.
I'm
sorry you had to find out.
It makes me rethink my whole life, because if you're thinking, now we're still on this thing, so now the number's up to 75%, which means if you're doing the math,
It's your chances
if you slept with 10 people,
it's not happening
7 of them,
more often than it has.
you didn't hit a home run with?
It's
What?
Yeah, they fake
Yeah.
See, I don't mind.
Can you believe this? No, but I think
because I don't mind, but guess what? We do.
But now I'm just dealing with the math that, wow.
So 1 out of 7
75% of the
or 1
women.
out of 6 women that you've slept with has probably faked
Well, but here's the big. Here's the big.
I know
It's really
Jeff, I
big.
think here's the bigger question for men. We're assuming this in this situation.
Yeah, you're right,
It's
you're right.
heterosexual.
You're absolutely right.
Just in this example, what
Heteronormative,
age
you're right.
are men most emotionally mature to get feedback?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think a 15-year-old would be a
25.
problem, an
I think
18-year-old would be a problem.
25 plus.
I don't know if it's the age.
30s or 40s?
I don't think it's
Yeah.
the age. I think it's the length of the relationship. So, like, if you've been with someone a longer period of time and maybe you're living together or you've been dating a
More
long
trusted.
time, then I think the communication hopefully
That's
is better.
fair.
And then
That's
you know what,
Oh my
and you
God,
can
you
tell
did
what's more of a genuine
Yeah, but then you're like,
reaction.
wait, we've been together for a year and nothing all this time?
I don't think people.
Some
I
women are
think
like 20 years.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh man, yes.
And all I had to do was do it a little to the left?
I'm telling you, man. I was shocked. But you got to remember, I hang out with female comics that are just super honest.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're just like, you know, and they do podcasts, and people that write in are just like, I love my husband, blah, blah, blah. We've had talks, and I'm telling it, and then 4 minutes later, he's doing the thing I asked him not to. It's just, because I think that's the other thing. It's like,
And ladies and men, be specific.
The number's up to 75%.
Jen cannot handle
I'm
it.
in shock.
I didn't know
I'm in
that.
shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, here we go. So, welcome back. Are you ready to live in the future? Check this out. NBC News went to Amazon's secret drone testing facility, where later this year they're getting ready to unveil an autonomous drone delivery service in 2 cities in America. These drones can deliver packages in less than an hour after you buy them, and they'll get dropped in your yard. The drones can deliver packages up to 5 pounds and drop them 4 feet from the ground so they don't break. So, what do you think it is, and are you ready for packages to get delivered by drone? Steph's already on board.
I honestly think this this is brilliant, especially like imagine if you're home and you're sick and you really need some medication or I don't know, there could be an emergency of some sort. Fantastic. And I think it'll stop porch pirates because often we see that, don't we? People like running up and stealing packages.
Increase.
No.
Yes.
But I do worry. I worry more about the jobs that will be lost. Like we are getting replaced by robots left, right, and centre, aren't we?
Robots, machines will take over the world. And there is an author, Philip Dick. If you ever want to go back and look at him, 1960s. He came up with the precog. He did Minority Report. He wrote that. So in Minority Report, if you remember, drones are everywhere in the sky in the future. It's like traffic, but in the sky. It's eco-friendly. There's less traffic. It's not gasoline consumption. And just like you said, it's direct to people who might need medicine or something like that. Or food.
And also people that are super high on the couch. Let's be honest.
That's
like,
also
this isn't
true.
all just like medical cases. I think that this is going to trap people in their homes, which you already are. And people are addicted to their television. Thank you for watching.
We love you.
And honestly, I do feel like you should go out from time to time, get some fresh air, talk to a real person. I know I seem super old. I get this. But as somebody that kind of did it consciously because of my career, I wanted to have experiences. It's important to just go out and have like things happen to you organically rather than having this super weird life that this pre-planned. I've already texted Tori the location and Steph has already called ahead and our meals are ready and there's a
but that's
buzzer
how it is, right? It's
app
curated
that
for
I can
you.
click with my app. Can you just sit at the bar and have a drink and then talk to your friends and then go sit at your table?
Well, talk to the person who has to spend $7 a gallon, like $5 a gallon on gas. They would rather have a drone come than drive their butt to Target, go through all of that stuff and drive their butt home.
You have to do it one item at a time. You could just go to the store once. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I think it is for some people.
For most people, they can't go to the store once a month.
I agree with you, but in the future, it's going to be drone deliveries
Imagine
like
if
you've
you're a
never
mom
imagined.
with busy kids, you've got kids running around, you don't have time. Or
do you think there's like a time limit? Because I love sitting on my back porch, right, and like kind of just sitting with my family and enjoying the weather. That would be all changed with like.
Oh yeah, it's noise pollution and it will increase. But so
I wonder
is
if like
cars.
you stop it after 6 or something.
Like a curfew or something, perhaps. Yeah, like
I'm kind of I'm pessimistic about this. I just feel like it. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm with Al.
Younger people, though, I think they'll be on this.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
We do sound old, but I mean the communication between people, like to hear a story about someone's culture, about their past, or just a great story in general. We're losing that. We're losing that connection, and that's what's dividing us as a country. Not to get too deep, but that's what it is. We're not communicating with each other. We don't have sympathy for the person next door to us because we're locked in our house, writing on the internet, and getting our crazy medication dropped on our heads.
And all of that is true, but I would simply say it doesn't matter because technology is going to make it go this way.
I know, you're right.
You're right too.
Me and Al are going to be by a fire somewhere.
I'll meet you out at the store, Jeff.
We'll meet at Costco, buddy. Coming up on DBL, Ryan Reynolds calls out some Disney classics for their innocent ratings. We'll show you his hilarious rant coming up next. It's pretty funny.
It's important.
Since the 988 hotline went live last weekend, there have been claims circulating online like this one. If you call the 988 suicide hotline, they may send cops and paramedics to your house. So is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are Louise Quilton, the president of the Winston-Salem chapter of the National Alliance of Mental Illness, the FCC, and Vibrant Emotional Health. Wilton says when someone calls 988, they're connected to a trained mental health professional. That person will talk with the caller to determine their needs. She says they can also connect the caller to multiple trained counselors in the area.
And that is a team of trained mental health therapists who can either talk to you on the phone or come to where you are and engage with you. Listen to you and identify what the immediate crisis is.
According to Vibrant Emotional Health, the Lifeline does use geolocation to know the caller's area to connect them with mental health professionals. It also helps in cases where the caller is in serious harm and emergency services need to locate them. Calling 911 is the counselor's last resort, and only 2% of calls require 911 dispatch.
I don't think the person who answers the phone would send police unless they felt like you were in immediate danger of hurting yourself or someone else.
So we can verify, yes. If you call 988, police may be dispatched to your house, but it is under specific circumstances and is rare.
Welcome back. So this is pretty funny. Ryan Reynolds wants Disney to rethink the G rating it gives some of its cartoons. So Ryan made fun of the fact that Deadpool and its sequel will be one of the first R-rated movies to appear on Disney+. Both Deadpool films include swearing and a lot of violence, but Ryan says some other Disney classics should be rated R for their irreversible trauma they caused him. So I'm going to give you some examples, okay? For example, he said this movie contains breaking and entering borderline polyandry. Polyandry?
Yeah.
Okay. And pretty sure those diamonds aren't cruelty-free, and those under 17 must be accompanied by a parent or 7 adult guardians. See, that kind of gives it away.
That little bit gave it away, but the diamond
And
bit was so confusing.
It's polyandry is polyamory, right? That's what. But it's like a synonym. I don't even know what that means.
I didn't know that. Are we talking about Snow White?
I think so.
The seven
dwarfs.
7 people.
7 people.
Honestly, I thought we were talking about Home Alone.
Home Alone, 7 dwarves, man.
Weren't they stealing diamonds from his house? I haven't seen a movie in a while.
7 dwarves.
Wet bandits. Yeah.
4-minute abs. Remember that? He's like 7 dwarves sitting on my.
Yeah, that was
Something about Mary. You know that line?
I can't do 6-minute ads.
Yeah, I went off script. Okay, so Ryan wants this one R-rated. It contains fratricide mauling, possible half-sibling loving, or at least kissing cousins.
What does that
Seriously, hold on, I don't know it.
Okay, brink.
What does that word even mean?
Kissing
brother
cousins.
killing brother. Brother killing brother is fratricide, like a fraternity. Frat means the Greek word of brother.
Okay.
Fraternal.
Because of that, it gives it away. But
What is it?
I think it's Lion King.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, the horrible bit where
the
it's like
brother
hanging on the
scar.
nails.
Okay, let's see the answer.
His fingers are in like the.
Yeah.
Can I give a quick admission?
Yes.
I've never seen The Lion King all the way through.
Dude.
I know. My kids missed that window. I
honey,
know.
it's
BJ,
so good. It's so good.
No, you
however
have
old
to.
you are, there are movies that you're going to miss in your 20s because you are
gap.
partying. And then when your kids are a certain age, I can go through all those shows, Teletubbies, we can do all that. But then there's like, I missed The Lion King by
You
like a
can't
couple
compare
years.
The Lion King to Teletubbies.
But then now when am I going to watch it? Just by myself at home? Like
Yeah.
a crazy
Really quick.
person?
Well, let me just say this. If you didn't know, The Lion King's based on Hamlet. And if you're interested in that, that's maybe going to help you.
All right, we could have left that part out. Finally, according to Ryan, this film contains the cold-hearted killing of an innocent deer mom.
Oh, this scarred me.
This one's the worst.
Lifelong trauma. I think we all have trauma
This
from that one.
This scarred me.
Why would you show your
You know it?
Oh, it's Bambi, isn't
it's
it?
gotta
Let's
be,
be
right?
honest.
Let's see the
Little
answer.
Bambi.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was like the worst opening
But you got it. Listen, kids. Listen. It's terrible. We're all scarred from it. Even spoiler alert: the dad dies in Lion King.
What?
By fratricide mauling. But it kind of teaches kids like it teaches kids about like life and death.
I agree with you. Life and death is important, but to have the mommy be killed and
It's
then
the
baby's
opening
like,
scene.
mommy, like,
It's the opening
And that's all you say
scene.
as a kid when you see a deer. You're like, Bambi. That's all you say for
Can
like
I ask
10
you guys a
minutes.
question? Does anybody know the plot of Bambi after that?
Yeah, he goes and finds his father, the stag, with Thumper, the rabbit.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
The stag.
The stag. Remember
stag,
the very end, he finds his
He's
dad
very
with the
elegant.
antlers.
Yes.
He finds his other parents.
Is there any Shakespeare connection to that?
I don't think so. I'm not
Maybe in the break you could fill me in.
clear, perhaps.
All right, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
running errands, pick up from day camp, sitting in traffic. Being busy comes with a lot of time sitting still. So, do you put the car in park and restart it when it's time to drive again, or is it better to sit idle? Let's verify. We turn to both environmental and automotive sources. A Department of Energy study found idling for more than 10 seconds uses more fuel and emits more CO2 than restarting your engine. The agency also says idling can use a quarter to a half gallon of fuel per hour, advising turning off your car during short stops.
Saves on fuel, it's better for the environment.
But Lara Garcia, automotive instructor at Northern Virginia Community College, also says unless it's an auto stop car that powers down on its own when you're at a stop, all the restarts can be tough on the engine and the battery in the long term.
You have, let's say, a minute or two that you're sitting in the parking lot waiting for your kid. Really, if that's going to be the only time you shut your vehicle off and restart it, that would be fine. But if you're continually stopping your engine, restarting it, more than 6 times a day, then really you want to think about, well, I could maybe let the engine run a little bit longer.
The Argonne National Laboratory at UChicago found even with emissions savings, it's safer to leave your car running during these brief, frequent stops.
It's not ideal to shut your vehicle off at, let's say, a stoplight, or if you're sitting there in traffic and kind of doing the stop and go dance.
So, idle or shut down. It depends on the situation and your vehicle, but sources agree for long pauses, put it in park and shut it down.
Obviously, if your car's not running, it's not producing any emissions, which is fantastic.
With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
So how do we save energy and money during these hot days? Should we turn the thermostat up or off when we go out? We found this post on Reddit Austin. Logical007 wrote, "Unless I'm going to be gone for the whole day, it doesn't make sense to turn off the AC." The post has nearly 250 comments. So let's verify. Could everyone turn off their air conditioner during the day to lower their power bill? We showed this post to these experts.
It has to do with how efficient your air conditioner is. It has to do with how efficient and well sealed your house is, how well insulated it is. It is the way air conditioners work is they move heat from inside of your house to outside.
Depending on how hot it is outside, it might take a very long time for the system to recover. Central air conditioners are not designed or should not be designed in residential applications to quickly recover the temperature in the house.
And Don Brandt, a fellow with the American Society of Heating, Refrigerating, and Air Conditioning Engineers, added, remember, when you cut the AC off, not only does the air temp rise, but the entire contents of the house rise in temperature. So could everyone turn their air conditioner off during the day to lower their power bill? Logical007 is right. This would be false. So while it may lower the costs for some folks, other factors like humidity and condensation may make it harmful in the long run. Our experts say the best way for your air conditioner to save on energy during these hot days is to turn the thermostat up a few degrees. You can see more.
All right, before we go, I wanted to squeeze in this last story. Remember Pat Benatar's classic Hit Me With Your Best Shot? We all know it. Well, chances are you won't be hearing it at her concerts anymore. Here it is if you don't know the song. Out of respect to Pat Benatar, we played that loud and proud. Okay, but here's the reason why she doesn't want to play it anymore. Because of mass shootings, she wants to respect the families and the victims of mass shooting. Is this a good move on your part? I don't like it.
It's just right now, the climate's very heavy with shooting, and Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Fire Away, can be a little, and I don't mean this rudely, but triggering for some people. Is she being overly sensitive? Some people would say it, but I'd rather be overly than under.
I don't know how many people want to go to a Pat Benatar concert and not hear that song.
I'm going to be honest. How much else is she going to sing?
Name another Pat Benatar song.
I was going to say, name another song.
I mean, are we being blasted? Like,
no, I'm not.
There's a couple.
Can you tell me?
There's a couple.
Don't listen to the people
There's
in your
a couple,
ear.
except we don't know any.
Yeah, no one can say it. No one can say it.
Oh, Love Is a Battlefield?
Love Is a Battlefield.
Oh, that's a good
Okay,
song.
that's a good
I won't sing that one either because it's a battlefield, I wonder.
I mean, I'm just saying.
If you
No
have
one
tickets,
knew. No
listen,
one
I don't
knew.
like it. I just don't like it because we're losing a lot of our freedoms based on other people's actions,
Fair.
and we have
Fair.
to get a hold of
Just saying, no one could answer my question.
that. What? It's fraternal mauling. That's the answer. All right. We'll see you on Monday.